Welcome to another beautiful day. Today I would really like to take the time to give you a full house tour of how everything looks right now. It is certainly not finished just yet, but I would love to show you around anyway. Right over here I have some brand new tiles. These are lovely ceramic tiles, and these specific are for the main hallway and for the living room along with the kitchen. So here, as we first enter the hallway. And now I'll turn around. And here is the first bedroom. Here we have the second bedroom. I plan to make a kind of, basically to have a washing machine and a dryer here. And here I move on to the next one. For now we're thinking of just making a wardrobe or something, we'll see. And yes, I don't know, maybe in the future we'll just make a second bathroom here. And here I have the third room. This one is already a bit smaller. Here we have the bathroom. Here we have a shower. Originally, there wasn't supposed to be a window here. I really wanted a window. It's better to have a window in the bathroom. So here will be the toilet, and here will be the sink. And now let's move on. We already have the living room with the kitchen. Here will be the living room, and here we have doors to the veranda. One more window. And here will be the kitchen. Now, let's take a look at one more room. It is what we call a killer in the Bulgarian language, which essentially translates to a small storage room, although it's not finished just yet. And I have to tell you, it's actually quite spacious, because I think you could easily make another bedroom here, but, well, it's not necessary. I don't know, maybe someday in the future, we might somehow divide this room into two. We'll see. For now, it will just be used as storage. And it's great because here we also have a window and here we have a door. So I can go outside from here, and I can also enter from the outside. And that's how it looks at the moment. Here in the kitchen and in the living room, we already have that poured, I don't know what it's called. Mazilka or mazalka in Bulgarian. Something like that. I don't remember exactly, I don't know what it's called in Polish. It's for under the tiles. And here we have an exit to the yard. I think that here in Bulgaria there are still a lot of people, a lot of Poles, and not only Poles, who are buying a lot of properties for themselves, fixer-uppers, so they can just slowly renovate them. Because I think they're still at prices where you can simply afford to buy one and slowly fix it up. I'm gonna head out from here now because I won't keep coming back all the time. I just don't want to stand over someone's shoulder and watch them work. And now I'm going to take a walk around the village. So I'm taking you with me. Right very moment, I am staying in a small quiet village located quite near the city of Dobrich. It is kind of situated right in the middle of the region. Definitely a bit closer to Dobrich itself, but it is essentially a little village nestled halfway between the larger cities of Dobrich and Varna. Over the past few days, it's been really cold. It even got down to -18. At all. Yesterday we were in good weather. It was so cold that it was a shock. Today is better. We were also in Varna. In Varna it is generally warmer than here near Dobrich. And yes, it's nice, the sun is still shining. The sun is still shining. It will be setting soon, that's why I went out to record a bit more. Here I went out onto the main road. I don't know if you can see it here, but there's a lot of snow here. But today a lot has already melted because the sun was shining. In this village, I have to tell you, people can actually live normally because some villages are really deserted. This is the main road here, It's also been fixed up, so that's cool too, because, in some in villages or in some places in Bulgaria, if you've ever been here or come here and so on, you know what the roads are like. But this road here is actually nice, and this village is nice too. It's clean. There are two shops. There's even one right here. I'll show you a kind of supermarket. There's a new supermarket. And there's also a preschool kindergarten facility. Yes, there's a kindergarten. There's a school. There's also a bus stop, a bakery, and those roadside places, what are they called? Like a grill spot. There you can buy things like kebabche and kufte. People often stop there and buy food. Oh, we even have an ATM here in Bulgaria, but here you really have to. It's not like you just have an ATM on every corner. It's not like that. You simply have to find an ATM yourself. What I also like here is that still a lot of people pay with cash, and let me tell you, I think I'm in favor of that. And in many places you simply can't pay by card, and that's it. For me, that's fine. I'll show you here. There's another store over there too. There's a bus stop like that. And here too, where is it? Here on the corner, there's also the place called Grill, the one I mentioned when I was out like this in the winter in sub-zero temperatures, but I have to say, it's pleasant, it's nice, the air is great and so on. Today we were in Varna and there were those machines, those coffee machines, that's what they are, and you'll find them everywhere. Here in front of this store, there's one too, and now at some machines you can't pay with stotinkas anymore, only with cents. Overall, in my opinion, I have to say I'm not in favor of the euro. It's a shame they introduced the euro, but you know, that's just my opinion and all. And I don't know, let me know what you think about it. It's January now, and this is exactly the time when we came here. And you can really see, you know, what the change in prices is like. And I have to tell you, some things are really expensive. I'm not gonna hide it here, you know, it's just the way it is. The cost of living is cheaper, that's a fact, but for example, when it comes to things like food, some products are really, well, they're just expensive. There are prices that are almost the same as, for example, in Poland or even in England. Yes, I think, well, some things, for example, as I saw, let's say in Lidl, when shopping, I also shop at Lidl in England. Some prices are simply on par. The prices are practically the same for the same product. It's not that I'm complaining or anything, I'm just telling it like it is. Look at this, how old it is. I don't even know if anyone lives here at all. I don't know. Oh, but what a beautiful sunset. I don't even know where I'm going, but it's a nice day today. We were also in Varna to take care of, you know, to register the car or to re-register it from English plates to Bulgarian ones. You know, it's different, and I think that's how it is. That there's also a different process. If you're registering a car here in Bulgaria, for example, from Polish plates, it's different than from English ones. I don't know if the process is the same or not, I don't know. But we were doing it from English plates, so it took a long time. I don't know exactly what the procedure is. You know, English plates are from outside the European Union, so maybe it looks different too. I'm heading home soon, maybe I'll edit this vlog. I'll just say that we've been so busy all week that I haven't had any time to record anything at all. I thought I would have more footage in Bulgaria, but now I think maybe there will only be 2 vlogs. Oh, and about the euro, they introduced the euro starting January 1st. Until January 31st, you can still pay in both leva and euros. And I think for another 6 months, you'll still be able to exchange those currencies or something like that. And after that, it will only be the euro. I don't know, in my opinion, they should stick with their own currency, but you know, this was probably planned a long time ago. I don't know if you saw my short or not, but recently I showed you that, as you can clearly see, for example, on the front side of this coin, it explicitly says 50 cents. And then on the back side, it says stotinki in the Bulgarian language. I also happen to have several others right here. For example, if you get change in a store, you might also come across, for example, euros from 2014 or even paper ones. You can get those too. euros from Greece, etc. So that's also possible. And what's also kind of strange is that, for example, in the store you can pay with either currency. When you pay, for example, for your shopping, you can pay with both leva and euros. And they ask you, for example, which currency do you want? But for example, they give you change in euros. You know, it's a bit complicated. And you can also run into situations where the cashier might make a mistake. So keep that in mind as well. And yeah, we'll see how things go over the next few months. Over the coming months, we'll see. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I think I'll record another 1 or 2 by the end of the week, because after that we're going back to England. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next vlog. Bye.